Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
Well, today is show and tell. We're starting a new strand, a new thread. We have worked with Sadie before. She's my youngest Morgan on rating a moving object. But it's been a while. We've been doing other things. Like if you look at a show or two ago, we were jumping these jumps with Sadie and she was doing beautifully. But my thing is not jumping. I'm Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. My thing is cow work, Western work, not Western pleasure, not reining, but moving with an object. And I've got a lot of ways to get moving objects here at Shadrack Farms. A lot of simulated cow machines that I made here economically. And then I have 3 little mini cows that I use when I want to use something that is more dynamic than a simulated cow. And I bring them into the arena. And I'm going to try very slowly to work with Sadie on this and develop her. Semi does very well. If you look at Urban Cowgirl shows in the past, you will see that Semi loves to lock onto a cow and loves to rate the cow and loves to cut the cow and loves to pen the cow. And Eve, she's my rope horse. She is still learning. It takes a long time, but she's doing very well on helping me to practice roping here at Shadrack Farms with my simulated roping machines and my mini cows. Sadie is being handled right now by Shalea, who's one of my helpers. Doesn't have too much horse experience. Has done some harness work, though, with some gentle giants, with some draft horses. So she's going to help me a little bit with harness as well, because I'm trying to teach Eve, who I consider my best harness horse, to pull a homemade forecart with the intention of using her for farming in the future. And then we're working on it, but it takes a long time. We're going to ask her to do it with Sadie, her daughter, in pairs. And we've done a lot of preparatory work on that, but we still have a lot more to do. Okay, here's some more show and tell. We're going to be using arm extensions of any sort, even just a stick or a piece of PVC. We're going to be using the Monty Roberts dually halter, which is a little bit more useful than the rope halter that's on Sadie's head right now, because it has a double-stranded nylon over the nose, and if you need to get the attention of a horse, because let's say they're not stopping, they're not backing, it gives you a little bit more of a message, especially if you have a yacht rope lead line, to send that message. When we actually put a bridle on, it will be a side pole, not a piece of metal in the mouth, but a lariat-like device over the nose. Reins of any sort. I have some long reins here in case I want to do an over and an under to get her attention. I'll have spurs on when the time is right. This is just a strap around her neck. We are working with Sadie on doing freestyle. We like to have threads going here. Things that we want to do with our 3 Morgans and our 3 mini cows. And we know it takes a long time. It takes a lot of repetition. So we try to assign certain tasks to certain horses and certain handlers. And we try to make progress and then try to show it to you on the Urban Cowgirl Show as we go. I have a lot of subscribers to my Urban Cowgirl channel. They're following me worldwide. I watch RFD TV all the time. And I try to do what I learn on there by watching professional trainers like Chris Cox and Ken McNabb. I try to do it with my Morgans here at Shadrack Farms. Pirelli is a good show too. I watch them all the time. I record them if I can't watch them at the moment. And then we come out and try to show you, who is watching the Urban Cowgirl Show, what they're saying they can do, and we see whether or not we can do it. Clinton Anderson is one of the most exciting professional trainers on TV, and I just loved it. I laughed. His show this week, he has about 45 seconds of clips of horses pulling him around, when most trainers won't show that. They won't show the mistakes, the things that aren't working at the moment. But Clinton Anderson had about 45 seconds of one clip after another, and the last one in the 45 seconds just really made me laugh. He was trying to do something in the stall. He didn't close the stall door. The horse said, "I'm out of here," and he dragged Clinton Anderson out because Clinton Anderson didn't want to lose the lead line. And we saw Clinton Anderson flying through the door with the horse. See, and that's the kind of thing you're going to see here too, because we show you what works and doesn't work with any particular horse and any particular task. Now, come on over here, Shalea. Notice, by the way, that I have my McClellan cavalry saddle on Sadie. I intend to use it for this strand because it's lightweight for me, and yet, okay, can you whoa her? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. It's lightweight, and yet it's got a lot of nice features for mechanical cow and real cow work, including a high front to the saddle in case I get in trouble, including a night latch strap, in case she starts to buck. Okay, now what I'm going to do is show you one more thing that we do each day. We've shown a little bit of this on our freestyle. Look at what Sadie's doing. She's not giving us her focus. Yeah, so every second you're working with a horse, you keep asking them for focus. And did you see what she did with her lips just now? That's called licking the lips. She said, "Oh, okay, I'll pay attention to you right now." No, right, not. It's got to be a give and a take, a tug. Pick up your tools, whatever you need. I'm putting this. She'll get used to watching us because she'll realize that if she doesn't do what we're asking, that there'll be pressure. And as soon as she does do what we're asking, we'll remove the pressure. Now, Shalea was trying to give and take, and I kind of tugged and gave. And you get a feel. Did you see what she did with her lips when I did that? Sadie is young. She kind of gets in your space. We work on it all the time. Back, back, back. Good. And with that next trap, whether or not she's in the arena, whether or not she's in a saddle, we're going to be teaching her freestyle cues, commands. We're going to get her to act. Look at that. Okay, you see, as soon as I get her attention, she licks her lip. Okay, we've got a big project ahead. We'll try to do it before winter hits us, but even if winter does hit us, back, 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 back. Winter does hit us, we'll work in my square pen and continue doing everything we need to do, even if it's pouring rain. I did set up, my camera person is going to follow me over here. I did set up my mechanical cow simulator that I work with for a beginning horse on over the haunches work. It is operated on cables with handles that you work with your hands to move this fluff cow up and down the cables at the direction of the rider, so that you can stop when you have to stop, go faster when you want to go faster, turn when you want to turn. It isn't an automatic jobby where you just press a button. Those are very, very expensive. But we've managed to build some of these cow simulators economically. None of them are the kind where you don't need somebody there to help you, but that's okay. We like to work in pairs anyway, in case there's some kind of a problem. Horses are prey animals. They can do things that, if you're not thinking constantly, that can be dangerous. And safety is always number one. Well, that's all for today. This was my show and tell. I don't know when I'll be ready to do and show, but when I am, you'll see it on the Urban Cowgirl channel. Today is a nice sunny day in Santa Cruz, and I am going to see how Sadie's doing with our east-west short mechanical cow. And the reason I'm doing that today is I have some nieces, some young girls coming into town this weekend, and if Sadie's being good, I want them to watch a video and decide if they want to try it. They come from an equestrian background, but from dressage, and that's a very different athletic event than is cow work, and it's very different. Cow work is very different from hunter jumper. Some people do dressage or hunter jumper even though they'd prefer to do cow work because they can't have cows for zoning, for expense, or whatever. Well, I put in these mechanical cow simulators, and my camera person is going to zoom over slowly, to this first cow simulator I ever built here. And as you know from past shows, I have mini cows, which I use, but I have to get my horses ready for an actual cow because they are a little bit less predictable than a cow simulator. And I have done this with all my horses over the years, but it's been a while for Sadie, my youngster, and since I'm going to have maybe my nieces on her this weekend, I'm giving her a chance to move with this cow simulator using the tack that I showed in the first session of this video. That is the McClellan saddle. It's the stirrups are easy to change length, and my nieces are different ages. And the side pull on her head rather than a piece of metal in her mouth. And close by the camera, I have a crop if I need it. I don't have my spurs on because I'm not asking Sadie to do some fancy footwork and quick over the haunches. I'm just asking her to understand that her job today, this morning, and then again this weekend if we saddle her up again, is to follow this moving object, which is going to be moved very slowly today. The idea is, Sadie says, oh, I see what my job is. I'm going to go with that moving object and stay head on head with it. Now look at Sadie's ear. She's listening to me, definitely. Back, 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 back. I'm looking over her ears, back. Have to pull a little harder. Good. A little bit of left leg. Open the door with the right. Whoa. Okay, Sam, what I want you to do is leave the camera on me. If you can see the moving object as well, that would be good. But otherwise, let's watch how Sadie works over her haunches. You move back and forth like I showed you before I turned the camera on. Okay, I'm going forward to stay head on head. Whoa. Okay. Stop. Stop it. Don't get too close to the other end because it gets hung up. Okay, come on back to you. All the way back. Look at Sadie. She is moving over her haunches. Whoa. Okay, stop for a minute. Cows stop once in a while, Sam. That's the idea. Try to simulate what a real cow does. Okay, let's wait. Just waiting can be something you have to teach. Chris Cox just had a show last week all about helping a cutter with a simulated cow machine learn how to teach her horse to stop and wait and then be ready to go over the haunches. I'm just making sure that this saddle is still cinched up. It is. It's, horses blow. I've got a breast collar on so it won't slip. Okay, now Sam is going to move a little bit again. Now what I want you to do, Sam, is this first post right beyond you, right here, this white post, that one, is going to be post number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to tell you what post to go to, and then stop, and then I'm going to tell you where to go next. Okay? So you're at post 2. I'm going to ask you to go to post 4, and I'm asking my horse to go over her haunches. Whoa, good. And she tried tried to go forward. And I had to use the side pull to tell her, no, you're going around over the haunches. You're not stepping forward in a U-turn. Okay, now go back to 2. Back. Very light. Good. Now she's got it. Whoa. Very nice. She's remembering what her job is, and they love to do this kind of work because if they understand, they know they're getting the right answer. They actually have fun working real cows. I have seen many a horse just be exuberant after and during a cow work session. Okay, now, mostly when you're working a cow, mostly you don't use 2 hands. I'm going to see what's going to happen here if I use one hand, only my left hand, staying in the box in front of the saddle, using my body balance to ask her to go over her haunches. If necessary, I'll use my right hand to remind her over the haunches and not forward. Okay, go back to 4. Good. Move. Very nice. Go back to 2. I'm looking over my shoulder. Yeah, and she can feel that. Now, did you see how she went forward? Yeah, I'm sure you did. We don't have another camera person today, but she went forward, and that's called leaking, and we're going to teach her, no, you go over the haunches and you don't leap forward. So I'm kind of close now to the moving object, so I'm going to ask her to side pass over with my right leg. And any dressage rider, any hunter jumpers will know how to do that. Doesn't have to be a cow horse. All right, now I'm about 8 foot away from the moving object. Again, I'm going to try to do it one-handed. I'm going to try to do it with body balance, looking where I want to go. She's definitely listening to me, trying to remember what is the right answers. Go back to 4. Good. Whoa. Okay, go back to 2. I did have to use my right hand to keep her from going forward. Go back to 4. Good. That was good. Whoa. Go back to 2. Excellent. Whoa. Good. Now she thinks she's got the pattern figured out, but we're going to change the pattern. This time I want you to go to 3 and wait. By the way, don't do anything until you see me step back with Sadie. That gets her on her haunches, and she knows that means she's going to go over her haunches. Okay, let me back up a little bit, looking over her ears, very lightly asking for her back. She's being real soft and real good. So far, I will let my nieces get up on her when they get here if they want to, because so far I'm watching Sadie's horsenality. She's a youngster. She kicks up a lot if she's lunging at a canter. But, you know, right now she looks like a different horse. She looks like she's concentrating on what I'm asking. All right. All right, now I'm going to turn over her haunches. Don't move the cow. Little right leg. Whoa. Back. Whoa. Gonna let her go forward here. Whoa. You gotta be able to move the 5 body parts of your horse to get them in position. Stop and wait. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you to go to 2. If it looks like Sadie is not leaking forward, then as soon as we get there, we're going to stay head on head, go back to 4. Okay. Whoa. Good.
Go back to 4?
Yep. Using left leg to close the door there, right leg to open, back to 2. Good. Back to 3. Left leg. Good. Good. Now we're going to change the pattern altogether. You're at 3. Go to 5. over her head. Boom. Good. Now go back to one.
One.
One. Long run. Whoa. Good. Let me see. Got to keep her attention. Okay. There's sprinklers going on over that way. I don't want her to pay attention to the sprinklers. I want her to pay attention to the moving object and my body balance and my requests. Okay, wait till I step back and then go back to 5. Wait till I step back, look over her ears. Okay. Little left leg. Whoa. Now her shoulder, let me turn around, stop for a minute, yeah. Her shoulder is bulging out. That's not conducive to being able to work a cow. I've got to keep her straight over her frame. And I could see out of the side of my eye that this shoulder was bulging out. People call that falling in or bulging out or whatever. What we need to do is keep me in the center of the saddle and keep her frame balanced and straight. Okay, so we'll do a couple more moves. We've pretty much showed you her personality today. We pretty much showed you, reviewed with you some basics about moving over the haunches, doing cow work with a simulated cow, and weather permitting, health-wise permitting, my legs are doing okay today. And my horses are doing okay today. Every day's a challenge. There's so many things that can go wrong. Okay, now let me get in position by, see, she's looking off that way. Back. I'm using 2 hands. Good. Okay, back to 1. Very nice. Oop. Eventually we're going to have to pick up speed because the cow, of course, will go faster. We'll make the simulated cow go faster. Sadie will understand that it's her job to rate the speed of the cow, the direction of the cow. That's what is all so exciting and so complicated about cow work. You've got the mind of the cow, the mind of the horse, and the mind of the rider, all of which must work together. Oop. Again, one-handed. As a matter of fact, when you're cutting, you just put the reins down. You're not allowed to use them. Let me see if I can get her to follow back to, this is 1, 2, follow back to 3. Okay, let me step back. Okay, go. Whoa, good, go back to 2. Whoa, that was perfect. So I'm calling that our moment of resolution. Now, Quentin is in the saddle. The stirrups look perfect. This is my McClellan cavalry saddle and it's really good adjustable stirrups. Are you comfortable up there?
Yes.
It's kind of weird because it has a hole in the seat of the saddle. But that's because the cavalry used to ride hours and hours and hours, days and days and days, and they did a lot of posting or using their feet to get their bottoms outside of the saddle. And it gives a little bit of, air circulation. So I love that saddle. It's lightweight, but it's great for trail, good for even cow work because it has a high front and a high back. And actually, the size of the seat looks good. Okay, now, you remember you watched the video yesterday. Do you remember that we hardly ever used the reins? We just we sat, you don't pull your torso back. We just sat in the saddle. They call it sitting on your pockets. And then just a little bit of tug on the reins. We'll put a little bit of pressure on the rawhide noseband, of the side pull. No bit in the mouth. As a matter of fact, we've done this with no bit, no bridle at all, especially with Semi, my best cow horse. They begin to understand, the horses do, that their job is to watch the moving object, move over the haunches, and rate the moving object. Eventually, if you want to turn the moving object, which we can't do with this particular cow simulator, but we can with our others, and we can with our mini cows. You need to get just a little bit in front of the head, and the cow will turn. When you want her to go to the right, pick up this rein ever so slightly. You can hold this one with your other hand, hold them together, but pick up this rein. That's called a direct rein. Okay. Back, back, back. That's it. Look at her go over her haunches. Go. Okay, move the cow. She's saying, well, isn't the cow going to move? Okay, try again. Over to the right. Okay, sprinklers are off. Good. And whoa her. Whoa. Back. First back.
Back.
Back. Back. Now look over. Okay, move the cow. Pull a little bit with your right. Good. She's seeing the cow move. Okay, now walk a little bit more to your right. Now go straight. Whoa. Pull on this rein a little bit. Good. And then stop the cow and whoa. Wow. She's used to hearing whoa. Okay. Now back up a little bit.
Back.
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 Back. Back. Okay, now look over your right shoulder. And a little bit of rein at the same time. Good. A little bit of cow movement. Good. Okay, lower. Now we're going to go back a few steps. See if you can do it yourself.
Back. Back.
Yeah. Go ahead. Another one step.
Back. Back.
Sit on your pockets. If you had pockets, sit on them. And then, you know what? I do this with my legs. Out and in. Yeah. Now ask her to back.
Back.
Good. Okay. Let's move the cow over here. She sees it. Watch her see it. Yeah, she said, I know I'm supposed to be doing something when that thing moves. Okay, now let's wait for Quentin to back up again. See if you can get a nice smooth over your right shoulder.
Back.
Okay, now over. Watch. Now look over. Okay, and you move the cow. Back. Go ahead.
Back.
Go ahead.
Back.
Excellent. Forward. Okay, I had to do a little bit more pressure with the side pull to get Sadie to understand a hoe. All right, I just wanted to show you, the viewer and us here, what it would take to use Sadie, my youngster, to do some cow work, rating with my cable cow, with somebody young who had never done it. There's a lot of work to do.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.